All right, guys, welcome back to the Cold Hearted Racing YouTube channel. I've got some new subscribers over the last couple weeks. If you guys don't know who I am Austin Smith. My father is Anthony Smith, who drives the Nova known as Hercules. I'm sure you've all seen what's been going on between the Memphis and anyway. That's over with. That's said and done. That's in the past. We're going to move on and focus on the future. I'm going to run my own YouTube channel. My dad and my mother are going to be running their YouTube channel. I'll help them, but my main focus is this YouTube channel and getting you guys some content, from my life and what I do. So this morning Dad called and he said that he needed me to go pick up some parts. So I'm on my way to a good buddy of ours' place. It's A to Z Signs in Paragould, Arkansas. It's owned by Chris Lloyd. He is actually one of Hercules' supporters. My dad's built him several dirt track racing engines, and they've been buddies for a while, for quite a while now. So we're headed there. He does a lot of things. He hangs signs for businesses. He wraps cars. He does any kind of vinyl decals. I think any kind of graphic designing, he pretty much has you covered. And he also has a little parts store for race cars, mainly dirt track, but we're going over there to pick some stuff up for my father right now. Then after that, I have to go back to the shop, give the stuff to my dad, pick up some stuff, and take it to the powder coat guy, which his name is Brian Neal. He does all of our powder coating, Killer Coatings in Manila, Arkansas. He does a damn good job. But I just wanted to let you guys know what we got planned for the day and take you along with me. Also, guys, I just want to let y'all know what kind of like the plans are for my YouTube channel here. If you don't know, I have a 1979 Camaro Z28. It's a no prep small tire car. I have been putting that car on the back burner for a while now, but we are actually getting stuff together to get that bad dude up and running again, so I can go out and start competing and having some fun with these people and racing with my dad. And also, my brother Brandon Smith, the red-headed guy, he's like 6'5", 200 pounds. He bought a 3rd gen IROC style car, which is actually a car that I used to have. I did some trading around and got the 79 Z28 that I have now. And he came across that car for sale, and the guy that had it for sale thought he had blew the motor up or something. And when they got it, it didn't have much of a motor in it. It was a decent little small block, but it was kind of parts that wouldn't last, parts that weren't built for nitrous or power adders really. So right now my dad's actually building a pretty decent little 434 nitrous small block Chevy for that car, and they're going to soon have that done. I believe he got the pistons and stuff in, the blocks all finished, ready to put together. I think that's about it for that one. I'll have to show you guys some pictures and stuff of that car and take some video of it so you can see it. My car's been sitting just probably on flat tires right now, but I pretty much have everything to get my car back running except a block. And my engine combination is going to be, it's always been a nitrous car, but it's going to be a small block, 380 cubic inch small block short stroke deal, with a F1X-12 or an F3 121. Either way, we have an F3 121 and we have an F1X-12. The -12 is actually on Hercules right now, but it's a little smaller blower than the 121, and I think he would benefit from the little bigger one with the big block and stuff. Which I would not be opposed to putting a 121 on a small block. It would just make insane boost. So this motor that's going in my car was actually the original supercharged engine that was in Hercules. Hercules has not always been a big block car. It started off as a small block nitrous car, and then it progressed to a small block car with a Vortex supercharger when we first dipped into the supercharger world. And later on, we got ProCharger on board, and they hooked us up with a blower for that car. And the 380 did really well. It made pretty good power numbers. It ran really well. We ended up cracking the block. that was in that deal. All the parts are still good. It's got nickel coated diamond pistons. I mean, big wrist pins, heavy duty stuff, man. That's got Crower rods, steel rod, Crower rod. Hank the crank is an old crank. It's an old crankshaft, but it worked really well, so we're gonna put it back together with that crankshaft. It's a pretty heavy duty dude. That motor would spin 8,500. I mean, it would spin, you know, easy, almost 9,000, but we didn't really let it get to 9,000. It would, with steel rod, it's not, you know, you don't really want to spend 9,000. We spend it 80. I'll probably spend it 82, you know, just to get started and figure it out in my car. But anyways, that's the plan. So if you guys stay tuned, like I said, we have 3 race cars now. My car, my brother's car, and Hercules. My car is cold-hearted. It's the cold-hearted Camaro. My dad's car, obviously, is Hercules. My brother has yet to come up with a name for his car. And I'll attach some pictures, some photos to this video. Or I might even just go do a walk around of his car. And let me know what you guys think he should call it. I think he's got plans of painting it, so the paint that's on it, it's kind of an old-school paint job, and I don't think he's a big fan of it. So, but anyways, I'm headed over here to get these parts now, so let's get it done. So I haven't had lunch yet, so I had to stop and get some lunch. And I don't know if you guys are Taco Bell fans, Taco Bell, KFC, whatever, but a Baja Blast Mountain Dew, can't freaking beat it. Can't beat it. I have went and picked up that powder coated intake from Killer Coatings and all the stuff I needed to get from A to Z for my dad. We're gonna take it over there back to his shop. But for now, I wanted to stop here, and my car is here in this shop, and my brother's car is actually at my grandfather's house in his garage. But I'm gonna go in the shop here, and I haven't been in here in probably a couple months. I ain't even looked at this car. It's just been sitting here. So we're gonna go in and check it out, and I'm sure it's sitting on flat tires, but we're gonna go see. It's sunny as hell. Oh boy. That's bad. Yep. That's bad. As you can see, she's just sitting here. Just chilling. It's awful. I need to come over here and get this thing cleaned back up. This paint job's brand new. I just had it painted right before I tucked it away in here. Charlie Solo did the paint for me. And the car looks really good. But it's neglected. There's a few things that I have to change on the car to switch it over to what I want to do. I had to redo my steering column, so I have a new steering wheel in there. There's a few different things. I'm going to probably change out the shifter, wire up the data logger, get all the nitrous stuff probably out of the car. The fuel cell that was in the back is no longer going to be in the back. I have it all taken out. It's just sitting in there. The bottle bracket's probably going to come out. I have a passenger seat I'm probably going to put in the car. All this stuff will come around in due time. Like I said, we're waiting on some engine parts, mainly just a block. If we get a block, I can get to work on getting the rest of this stuff done. Getting the fuel system sorted out, because it needs a different fuel system. Obviously, if we're going to run a blow-through alcohol deal, it's going to have a belt-driven pump, a front-mount fuel cell for methanol. There's a few things I want to do. This car never had an anti-roll bar on it. So even with the small block nitrous motor, you know, it would 60-foot 116, and it would just twist the chassis. So I'm going to get an anti-roll bar for it. And I really can't wait. I can't wait to get this car back out. This car always done really good. And I think with a little bit more power like it will have, it'll be a contender in the small tire world. That's for sure. But yeah, there it is. I need to get my ass over here and get this thing cleaned up. This is a shame. This is awful. I haven't even had time to think about it, you know, with helping Dad and doing all the stuff that I was doing. And I was working a full-time job also, which I'm not doing anymore. So I have more time to get back to do some of this stuff. Man, that is kind of a heartbreaker to see it in as bad of a shape it is. I also bought Lexan. I bought tinted Lexan. This is the sheet to redo the windows because the windows are kind of rough. I would really like to have some optic armor probably. But I bought that for now. I bought that a while back. I was starting to accumulate some stuff I needed to get it where I wanted it, and then I just, I took a full-time job and I haven't had time to mess with it. I came over here and cleaned the shop out, which has obviously been jumped back up. But yeah, there's Cold Hearted. And like I said, it's a 79 Camaro. It's a Z28 car. And I went ahead and I put all the flares and stuff on it because it didn't have that stuff on it before. When I took it to Charlie and he done the body work and paint, of course he did the Z28 straps. He added the Z28 ground effects in the front too with the straps down the front. Fixed the hood scoop because the hood had a hole in it right there for the nitrous air box. But yeah, that's it guys. So we're gonna go check out my brother's car now. He has this 3rd gen, which I owned this car at one point in time. It's actually a really nice, it's a pretty nice car. It's a stock front suspension, back half car. As you can see, the factory frame rails, factory strut mounts, inner fenders, all that stuff's still there. It's got stainless headers for a small block Chevrolet. Full funny car cage in it, 750 NHRA chassis cert. It's built to fit a big tire, but I think those are like a 33, 10, 5. And it has a nitrous outlet progressive controller with the screen, the little dash display. Like I said, I don't know what color he's gonna paint the car. There's one of the doors. It's fiberglass doors, fiberglass hood. It's a steel car, but so we're gonna have this car running soon. And like I said, it'll be a 434 small block Chevrolet in this deal, nitrous deal. It has a 3-speed transmission in it, but I don't know if we're gonna keep that in there, put a power glide. I don't know. It might stay like it is. Precision converter. That's just what came with the car. What's up, guys? So we're back in the shop here. I got Hercules next to me. We're going to get Hercules ready for the race this weekend at English Mountain Raceway at Newport, Tennessee, Matt Rice's deal. So we're gonna go ahead and do an oil change. Probably, I know we have to change tires because we have to run 28s. Currently, that is a 29 small tire on the car. And we have to put these brand new Hoosier 28 10.5 slicks on the car to be legal for this race this weekend. So we gotta do that. We gotta get the car up in the air. Like I said, we're gonna do oil change, this, that, and the other. And get everything ready. I gotta go through the trailer, clean all that out, you know, get all the shirts ready. So if you guys are there, come by, buy a t-shirt from us. We'll have a booth set up so you can purchase your Hercules gear. We are limited right now because we have been selling a lot of shirts and hats and stuff. But we have some, so if we have what you need, come check us out. If not, I think we got stickers and koozies and hats and stuff, you know, if we don't have your size in a t-shirt. Yeah, then there's this guy, Brent Miller owns this car. It is a 2010 Camaro. Super nice car. It's got a TRE nitrous big block in it, Taylor Laster racing engines. Almost done with this thing. It's got a few more odds and ends. My dad and my brother have been busting ass trying to get it all put together. It's a really nice car. All carbon fiber on the inside. Super nice power glide, race pack, grid, nitrous express maximizer, 5 controller. The whole 9 there. Kind of looks like a little mini Fireball. I don't know what he's gonna name it yet. He's got a few options. Anyway, here's old Hercules right here. So we got to get this thing up in the air, do an oil change on it. And this is probably gonna be the last thing I do for today. Eventually got to get that fixed. But we're gonna get it up in there, like I said, service the car, go over everything, might look at the blower, look at everything, just make sure everything's good so we can participate in Matt Rice's race this weekend. And hopefully we can bring home some of that money. I don't know what we're racing for. It's just a 100% payback race. Matt contacted me a while ago about the race, and I told him we would be there because Matt's an awesome guy. And he's helped us out a lot. Helped me out a lot with learning the YouTube and the website and all that stuff. So we're going to be there and we're going to race Hercules. But like I said, if you guys show up there, come check us out. Hang out with us. It should be a good time and should be some good racing. So I got to get to work. All right, here's the tires that we had on the car. This is what we was using. It's a 29.5, 10.5 S-15 CO6 compound. It's a stiffer sidewall tire for the 29 stuff. Since the car is heavy, we usually try to go for a stiffer sidewall for small tires or big tires. These are a 32 by 16 stiff. This is in a specific compound for the big tire stuff that we do. So we have to use a 32 by 16. It's kind of a shorter height tire. And a little bit, and most people run like 17s on the fast big tire stuff, but this is what we use for street and everything else. These are the 28s. We have never tried these. We just bought a set of these the other day. Like I said, main reason being that the sidewalls feel really stiff on the inner right here. All through that inner. It feels really stiff. It feels stiffer than that one. It feels stiffer than a 29. And then of course they have that flex up top. And the rubber compound still feels pretty soft. It's a little harder than that one is. Not much. This is that tire right here. You see how soft it is with no rim on it. I mean, the inner is stiff to about right here, and all that softer. And this is a stiff sidewall. It's a 29.5, 10.5 stiff, whereas the other one is a 28. This is the normal 28 tire we run when we do 28 stuff. We just wanted to try something different. We normally run these Mickey Thompson 28 10.5s, and these are a stiff sidewall as well, but the sidewall on these, as you can see, is quite a bit softer. And this is a Mickey Thompson 28 10.5 stiff, which we've had good luck with the Mickeys doing the 28 stuff. We just feel like there could be room for improvement, possibly, with these new Hoosiers. We're gonna give them a shot this weekend anyways, and we'll see how that goes. I have high hopes. I think they're gonna work good. We've always had good luck with the Hoosier 29 stuff. So we're gonna give it a shot with the 28s. It's a little warm in the shop. I don't know if you guys have seen underneath this car in a while, but it's still the same old 4-link Fab 9. It's got AFCO canister shocks on it, wildwood brakes that need to be replaced because the rotors are getting wore out pretty quickly. Plenty of 4-link adjustment, anti-roll bar up there. You know, your run-of-the-mill back half setup. We do have this rear end housing that's in here. I don't know if you guys have heard of Marty Marilat. It's one of the baddest rear end guys out there, in my opinion. He's done a lot of the No Prep Kings, a lot of radio cars. Justin Swatstrom, I think, has 2. I think he has 2 of his rear end housings or more. Who knows? That guy's a millionaire. But here's the one that we have. I mean, it's a work of art, you know. It's got the Hercules thing made into it. But she's a nice piece. It's like a $5,000 rear end housing. Fab 9 deal, which will be going in the car. We have a few parts and pieces that we've collected to upgrade. That rear end housing being one. The one in the car cracked a few times. We've had to re-weld it. This, that, and the other. So we have that Fab 9. It's going to be going in this car. along with, when we decide to do all these upgrades, I believe we're going to do them all at the same time. We have a Rosler 3-speed transmission. This one has the dump valve on it, Rosler's dump valve stuff, all reed case, bell. Of course, that will get paired with our bolt together Pro Torque converter that is in the car. We might have to do some stator adjustments. I don't know if we'll have to do a whole lot, but we probably will have to do a little stator adjustment for the 3-speed. And we have an air shifter that's gonna go in the car also. So we have an air shifter, the 3-speed transmission, the new rear end, which might change the rear end gears on that deal. We're trying to set this thing up to be very versatile for small tire racing. No prep, street, even might throw a damn radial on this thing and take it to ducks or, I mean, just a local radio deal, just to see how fast it goes. Centerville in Arkansas here has a small tire deal they do where they spray the track and glue it down, and it gets pretty sticky. We went there one time on a slick tire, and it was a struggle because slicks on radio prep, don't really mix. Track was really tight, but yeah, that's kind of, oh, and the Pro Charger. We have the F3 121 Pro Charger with their Pro Charger gear drive in there in the box. And this car has the F1X-12, as you know, which is they renamed it F3 112 because it's an F3 transmission or gearbox on the back of the blower. But it has a 112 millimeter compressor wheel, which is smaller than the typical 130, 136, 121 F3 stuff. The blower was actually made for, I think, X275, or don't get me a line. It was made for one of those radio classes years ago, but it was kind of a cheater deal. It was a little bit of a cheater blower. They made it fit the rules, but not really kind of thing. So they eventually outlawed that blower from the class, and they built that blower for a class. So they didn't have to name it F1X no more because the class was, I don't think you could have it F3. So now it is an F3. If you buy it, you'll be buying an F3 112. That's what that blower is called. Anyway, so we have the F3 121, the 3-speed Rosler transmission, the Marilat rear end housing with new strange 40 spline gun drilled axles, possibly going to a 373 gear, possibly. That's all depending on what direction we decide to go. If we want to go more small tire radial stuff, which is kind of what I'm leaning towards. I love small tire racing. I mean, my car had a big tire on it like one time. I like small tire stuff. My dad, he does like the big tire stuff more. He likes to be able to throw all the power at it quick, which I don't blame him. Me personally, I like small tire stuff. And driving a big tire car is fun too. So the car will have big tires on it here and there, but it's, to be honest, the direction that the big tire stuff is going, even in street racing, but mainly no prep track stuff, even in street racing, you have to have a double frame rail chassis car that can fit a 37.5-inch tall tire, 18 inches wide. I mean, that weighs 2,500 pounds and makes 3,500 horsepower. That's kind of what you have to have. It's not really what we have. So it's a heavy car. It's not light. I mean, and it's not the heaviest thing out there, but as you can see, it's still got the frame rails underneath it. The car weighs 2,900 pounds naked. So on the scales with no weight in it, I don't remember if it was full of fuel or not, but no weight, pretty much naked, the car weighs 2,900 pounds. So by the time you add ballast, you add a driver, you add fuel, you get your air pressure set right, I mean, it's not a light car. We're talking 3,200 pounds race weight, maybe 31, depending on how much weight we put in. That's kind of the thing with the big tire stuff. Now, if we do get invited to some big tire street racing, like we went to that deal in Kansas City with Toby, the street it's an equalizer in a way, but it still helps to have plenty of power, which we do. We have a Pro Charge big block. The only thing you can get that makes much more power than a Pro Charge big block like this is a billet engine or a 481X or a Hemi or something like that. Something that's all billet. You could build an all billet big block and with the billet heads and cram the boost to the moon, throw all the fuel you want at it, and it'll make more power. But as far as a cast aluminum engine, not going into the billet stuff, it's about as good as it gets. I mean, you can't really build much more of an engine in a cast setup. You just can't. It's got the Brodick hipped aluminum block in it. The block is solid. There's no water. It's the strongest cast aluminum block you can buy. So, and it has the best parts: aluminum rods, good crank. I think it's a Cali's crank. I don't remember. I think it's Cali's. It's got dart heads on it that have been ported. It's one of the best cast engines you can build. You can't really do much more unless you go into the billet stuff, like I mentioned before. So right now we're limited to about 3,000, 2,800 horsepower, and that's about where. And we don't even push it that far. In order for it to make 2,800 to 3,000 horsepower, we would have to run it up around 40 pounds, probably 40 pounds of boost to make that. There's debates. Scog and Dickey has their 540 F1X package deal. You can buy from them for like $55,000 or something out the door. Comes with blower, APD carburetor, fuel system, everything. And I don't know if that's an all aluminum or if that has a cast iron block, but either way, they say it's made 2,600 on like no boost, like 20 pounds, 18 pounds, something crazy. I don't know if I believe it, but anyway, it does good. We've had some. Let's put it this way: we don't know what the car can do. We don't know how fast the car is. We've never put radials on it, took it to a good track, and just turned it up to the moon to where it's riding on the edge the whole time down the track, like those radio guys do. We never have. And the writing's on the wall with that kind of a deal. If we do, it's probably gonna run a 430-ish number. We went, like I said, we did that deal at Centerville. The car went 129, 160, shaking the shit out of the slicks because it was super tight track. And but it went out the back at 162 miles an hour. So with some room left. But if you do the math, kind of like 160 miles an hour in the eighth, if you can figure out the front half, which would be pretty easy if you had a radial on the car on a radial prep track, you just throw the shit at it and it goes. So if we could get the 60 foot down close to a 110, which I think we could do, close to a 110, and maybe run 165 out the back, it's going to be a 430 pass all day. That's that's a guess. We've never done it. Like I said, we've never had the car wicked up. So anyways, I'm gonna finish getting done what I got to do, and I'm going to call it a day. I'm getting tired, dirty, cut up, bleeding. Anyways, all right, guys. Thanks for watching the Cold Hearted Racing YouTube channel. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. Keep up with us, guys. We got a lot going on. Now that we don't have obligations to the TV stuff and to the Street Outlaws community, we're gonna start doing some more cool stuff. We have 3 race cars in the mix. We also have this badass red Camaro right here that's gonna be racing with us all over the place. It's opened up a new door to show you guys some really cool stuff that we get to do on a daily basis. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day.